The three most common tools for splitting firewood are the axe, the maul, and just your old wedge. They all are pretty simple pieces of material. No. The three most common tools for splitting wood are the axe, the maul, which is just a real heavy version of an axe basically, and you got the wedge. Now, they all have different uses. They all have different times when you want to use them. Using the wrong tool at the wrong time means you're going to be wasting a lot of energy, expending a lot of energy, just getting sore shoulders and a sore back, working harder than you need to. So you need to have the right tool for the right job. What is the right job for each tool? Well, that's fairly simple. The lightest weight tool is your axe. The axe is only really for splitting small stuff. Axes do great at felling trees, at chopping trees down. They do great at chopping branches off of trees. They do great at splitting wood and splitting kindling as well. But an axe is only a lightweight tool. It's not really something that I'd split something this big with generally. I mean, I can, because I have a maul. I'd be inclined to use it. The maul is a heavier duty splitting apparatus than the axe. I'd be inclined to use the maul on something this big, just because it's easier. If you have an axe, you can split something this big. This is about a 10-inch wide piece of wood, and I could split this with an axe, but it's a lot easier with a maul. When you get wood smaller, down to maybe 8 to 6 inches in diameter, and that smaller size, that's perfect for an axe. And stuff like this. Right, we've got wood here from the wood stack that's already been split. These are some of the bigger pieces and medium pieces. An axe is what you use to split these already split pieces. When you want to chop something up, split it up into a kindling, something to help you get a fire going, that's what the axe is for. That's what the axe is best for. In fact, if you try to use the maul for that, they don't tend to work well. The maul tends to just knock your wood over. The mauls are harder to aim with because they're heavier. The axe is a better tool for splitting kindling and lighter weight wood. Something like this, I can probably split this with the axe. No, I guess not. I put a hefty swing into that, and it did not split. And this is a lightweight wood too. This is poplar wood, which is about as light as you can get for wood around here without getting into some of the lightweight pines and cedars. So that didn't do anything at all. It didn't even put a crack in the grain. Let's bring the wedge up, the maul. Alright, that cracked the grain, but that didn't split it either. Let's do it one more time. There we go. Hit it in about the same spot, split it down the middle. Now from here on out, I can use the maul or I can use the axe. Because the axe takes less energy, use the axe. Just like that. The idea here is conserve your energy. Use the heaviest tools when they are the best option, but when you can use lighter weight, easier to use tools, drop your heavy stuff and use lighter weight, easy to use tools. Your back will thank you, your arms will thank you. You'll be using less energy, and that's always good. Edit that. The proper swing for an axe. The proper swing for an axe to split wood is a fast swing. There's 2 points, fast and follow through. You could call that the FF, or the principle if you want. In order to split with any swinging tool, whether it be the maul or the axe, you need to swing fast. Edit, 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 edit. Edit, 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 edit. Okay, here we go. So you need to swing fast. Bringing it up, just easy, bring it up. Just lift it up. You don't swing. Now, swinging with the axe, what you don't want to do is swing it around like this. If you start down and swing it around, well, the danger with that is this thing is quite sharp. If it gets in the way of something like your legs, you can get in trouble. If it gets caught on something and ricochets around a little bit, hit your legs, it'll get you in trouble. Start with it like this. I'm right-handed, so my right hand is up here to start. Right hand lifts it up, then your hands come together and bring it down. No, edit that too. Edit that. So, to swing the axe, don't even bother. The maul versus the axe. Which tool is better for splitting wood when, and why is that? Well, I'm going to explain that. This is pretty simple. These two tools go hand in hand for a lot of splitting work. The maul is not an axe, and the axe is not a maul. So first off, let's describe the differences between the two, other than this one's a lot heavier than this one. Starting with the maul. The maul is a heavy tool. The maul is actually a combination of a splitting wedge, more or less. Kind of like this. It's basically a wedge. And it's also a sledge. Sledge, wedge. Hey, cool. This is also functioning as a sledgehammer. If I get a maul, I can use it like a sledgehammer. I can use it with a wedge to get wood split. I can use that just like the sledgehammer with a maul. With the axe, you better never, ever let me catch you taking your axe and hitting something like that with it. Ever. Please don't. That's how you destroy your axe. You'll make the axe head come loose and fall off. These aren't meant for that kind of impact, and you'll stretch the axe head open. It'll come off the handle. So the maul works as a sledge, and it works kind of like the wedge. Impact driven, nice and heavy swing to hit something and cause it to start to split open. Also with the maul, because it's got this hammerhead on it, if I'm splitting wood and it gets stuck a bit, I can hit it with the hammer to force it down harder because it's got this sledgehammer end that I can hit. So I can do that with the maul. Mauls are usually pretty heavy. The standard is about 8 pounds. This is an 8-pounder. They make some 6-pounders. I've even seen some lightweight 4.5, 5-pounders that are interesting. But mauls are heavier and they're harder on the shoulders. Mauls are great at splitting heavy stuff. Let's knock this down here. This is a piece of poplar, so it's lightweight wood, but it was cut down just 3 days ago, so it's quite green, and it's got some big knots on the bottom. That means it won't split easy with my axe. This is a maul piece. It's about 9-10 inches across and fairly stout. I wouldn't want to split that with the axe. It's a wedge or a maul, so I'm going to use the maul. Swing the maul up, around, and in as fast as you can. Swing it up, bring it around and down. That's the standard swing right there. It's a speed technique that splits. The same thing with the axe, speed splits. Now with the axe is lighter weight. You can never use the axe as a hammer to beat things. You can't beat on an axe head like you can a wedge. Don't ever do that, you'll destroy it. The axe, if it gets stuck, work it loose by tapping or pushing the handle down. Don't pull it if you can help it. It's safer just to push the handle down to pry it out and get it loose. Push it down and wiggle it out. The axe is a lightweight splitting tool for lightweight applications. Something like this. This has already been split in half, so I can split it with my axe. You don't swing the axe wild like you do the maul. Reason being, it's sharp. You have legs down here. Be careful with it. Start with it up and swing it down fast. The proper swing is fast. Same thing with the maul. You need speed coming down. It's the speed that splits it, which is why a lot of times a lighter weight maul, like a 6-pounder, will split better than an 8-pounder because you can swing it faster. If you don't got real strong shoulders, look for maybe a 6-pound or even a 5-pound maul, lighter weight splitting maul, so you can swing it fast enough to still split with. Okay, here's a question for you. I got this piece here. Kind of big, not real big. What would you use to split it with? I want to cut this in half. Would you use the axe or would you use the maul? Well, this maul a lot of them are this way, this is curved on the end. And that helps it to split heavier wood, but that makes it a problem for splitting these smaller pieces. And because a maul is so heavy, it's a little less accurate to swing than an axe is. Because it's a little less accurate and it's round on the edge, if I hit it kind of off center, it's just going to knock the piece over. And they do that quite a lot if you're splitting small pieces. Plus, it doesn't take a lot of energy to split a little piece. Don't use a high energy tool. The axe is, if you want to split kindling, grab an axe. If you want to split smaller kindling, grab a hatchet. Smallest tool for the job makes it easy. Just like that. Let's do it again. Just like that. The axe versus the maul. The maul is for heavy splitting. The axe is not. So basically, if you're trying to use the axe to split a piece of wood and the axe is just getting stuck every time, just not splitting, pull it out, set it aside, grab the maul, or you can use a wedge and a hammer. Anytime that the maul works, you can just use a wedge and a hammer if you just want less tools. The wedge and a hammer tends to take a little longer, but it's easier on the shoulders and easier on the back. You can even use just a little handheld hammer. They're all handheld. A one-handed hammer like this. This is a little 3-pounder. I can use this and my wedge to split most of the smaller stuff, 10 to 14 inches in diameter. I can split those with the 2.5, 3-pound hammer and my wedge. And it takes a little longer, but it's easy on the back. Use the easiest way for you to split wood possible. Whether that be a little lightweight hammer you can swing with one hand easy on a wedge, or whether that be the axe, or whether that be the maul, use the easiest one you can get. Well, thanks for watching today with Northern Homesteading. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to click the like button and look around for more good, useful information. Bye now.